Hello, hello, brothers and sisters. We're happy to welcome you again to a new edition of our show titled Speak of Africa. Speak of Africa. We have another great show for you today. You know we love Africa and we like to bring you news. We don't only bring news, we also do news analysis. We explain things that are happening in Africa so that we put them in context for you to have a better understanding of the situation. This week, there's a whole lot happening in Africa, and we're happy to bring the news to you and all the analysis. We begin today by looking again at the phenomenon of coup d'etats. We've talked about coup d'etats on this show many times, and you guys have really watched them with interest. So every time we try to update you. Coup d'etat is basically a French word. Coup means a strike. When you hit something, un coup, a strike. Un coup d'etat, you strike the state. So coup d'etat literally means hitting the state hard, knocking the state down. So it's a phenomenon that is derived from the French. So there's no English word for coup d'etat. So in English, we just use the word coup d'etat as an acceptable lexicon. So for today, we begin the show by exploring this phenomenon of coup d'etats again a whole lot, because at one point people were thinking that, oh, the time for coup d'etats in Africa was over. They had no more coup d'etats. Well, that's wrong. Coup d'etats will continue to proliferate in Africa so long as there is bad governance. Coup d'etats are just like seeds that grow on good soil. Their good soil is bad governance. If you want coup d'etats to disappear, provide good governance and you will not see coup d'etats. But so long as there's bad governance in Africa, coup d'etats will continue emerging. You may say it's forbidden to organize a coup, but when a guy organizes his coup and wins, then he has the country in his palms, so you cannot do anything about it. So even the soldiers have understood this. So they know exactly how to exploit these coup d'etats. This week, we're really going to hammer on this phenomenon. We're going to talk about the coup d'etats, why they happen. Then the first coup d'etat that happened in Africa actually was in 1963, and that was in Togo. It was a coup d'etat against Sylvanus Olympio. Sylvanus Olympio was running Togo. He was Anglophone, but the French used a puppet called a Yadema to put him down by just using the instruments of the state. So you use the same force that belongs to the state to dislodge a leader. That's basically the way you do a coup d'etat. You just play games, you manipulate the state machinery. You use the same forces that belong to the state to dislodge the leader who is in position of leadership. Okay? So it's a very clever maneuver. In fact, in most military academies, when you are an officer, they teach you how to conduct coup d'etats, how to organize them, how to finance them. So it's a subject that is treated in political science as well as in most military academies. So if you're an officer, you should have at least learned how coup d'etats are organized. Okay? So most soldiers, especially the officers, that's why coup d'etats are mostly organized by officers, because those who are in military academies learn how to organize them. So before we start looking at coup d'etats, let's look at the news today in Ambazonia. I know you guys like when we talk Ambazonia, right? There's a lot happening in Ambazonia. In fact, one of you guys sent us a letter from the presidency of La République du Cameroon. They were just warning their soldiers and their militia to be careful the way they drive around Ambazonia, because now Ambazonia is almost like 85% free. So some people are asking, what have you guys done to liberate yourself? But I can say proudly, you guys have done a great job, especially the freedom fighters on the ground. You guys have done an excellent job. Right now, very few senior district officers from La République are running Ambazonia. Very few. Most of them have been pushed out. They have disappeared. A lot of those checkpoints are gone. So now La République forces and militias, they just mass in one group, then they go after a target. But those local custom post tax collectors, they are no longer there. So already this shows that you, the Ambazonian people, are winning. you've not been able to conquer a territory and keep it. But that's not really the way guerrilla warfare exists. Because with guerrilla warfare, you are a ragtag army and you're fighting a big traditional army. So the way you defeat them is by using guerrilla tactics, the war of attrition, asymmetric warfare. And that's what the guys on the ground are doing in Ambazonia, and it's working. Because when you look at it, we can tell you confidently that your territory is 85% free, because most of those soldiers are afraid. They only come to your area in groups. They cannot just come alone because they know you neutralize them.
Today, 2nd September 2022, that terrorists then whatever go make change for Kobe. They only come for SOP. Na General Viper, Commander DJ, Commander Fireman for Kobe. When I hear how they could do some music for that people their skin. Now we hear them that first month don't pass. Second, when I begin here we the last one, yeah. The last one is about to be passing. Now the year we don't know. Never soap. General Viper on the spot. Never soap today. With the terrorists again. General Viper on the spot. Soap today. Another year machine now. Viper on the spot. Never soap today so. Another year.
Then you can also see there's a video by Professor James K. Lindsay. It's a professor of international relations. He has studied conflict a whole lot extensively, and he reported on this Ambazonian conflict. So as you can see, this has been the internationalization of the Ambazonian conflict. People are looking at it all over the world, all over the globe.
The Anglophone crisis in Cameroon is one of the most serious conflicts in Africa. As well as thousands of lives lost, it has forced hundreds of thousands from their homes and has directly affected the lives of millions more. So, how did the conflict emerge? What is it about? And is there any hope for a settlement?
In fact, we're going to even upload this video on our website because this video gives you a history of the Anglophone problem, okay? A history of the creation of the Ambazonia as a nation. It goes through the history, then it presents even the facts on the ground up to present day. So I think this video was done by a neutral party. Some people may say we are partisan, but we want you to watch this video, which was created by a neutral party, an academician, okay, from a European university. We're going to upload this video, and we're going to give credit to Professor Lindsay because that's his video, it's not ours, but we just want to upload it on our website and on our YouTube channel so that you can watch it in its entirety over and over and share it with a lot of your friends. We're going to also upload it on Facebook so that most of our friends can also watch this video and share it. We're going to also upload it on WhatsApp so that a lot of our friends also can watch and share it. If we do that, it's going to help a whole lot because we think it's a very, very good video which anybody who is interested in the Ambazonian crisis would love to watch and understand what is happening. La République has not really been doing much except for killing our people. Last week, we told you about what happened in a church, a Presbyterian church. They killed a lady in cold blood. We do not really want to show you the pictures of blood because a lot of people don't like to see that. It's interesting that the priest who was in the church, who was shot in the arm, refused that he was not shot by the soldiers from La République. So you have to understand that some of these men of God don't really deserve to be men of God. They take money from La République, then they cannot tell the truth. As a result, the Amba forces in Bali have asked the Presbyterian church to close down because they think this church is not serious. Their leader is telling lies. They've killed a member of their community, a mother with children, and they don't want to stand and tell the truth about what happened because they are receiving money from La République du Cameroon. So most of these colonial forces that are like blacklegs, they've told them their church has to be closed for now. The Catholic Church and the other churches will continue operating in the area, but they've targeted the Presbyterian Church as a very bad church. It will not operate any longer. So that's sad for them. But you can see the soldiers of La République dancing on top of military vehicles. So you ask yourself, why are they dancing? They're just happy that they are killing our people in cold blood. But we just want to tell you that this is something we don't like. From here now, we're going to move to Guinea.
Now more than ever, it is critical that medical facilities utilize modern, reliable electronic health records. Introducing Alexia HTC, the innovative, affordable online solution for physicians and patients. Doctors' visits, diagnoses, prescriptions, and billing have never been easier. With Alexia HTC, you can work more efficiently with the integrated flexibility medical professionals need today. Schedule a live demonstration. Call or visit us at alexiahtc.com.
Guinea has just had a coup d'etat, and we are just going to report this to you, and we've been talking about the phenomenon of coup d'etat. Coup d'etat is a byproduct of bad governance. Whenever you have a country in which the leader does not want the rule of law to obtain, whenever you have a country in which the leader personalizes power, where he makes sure that there's no division of power as it obtains in a democracy, this is a recipe for disaster. He makes revolution possible. He makes people want to take power by force. And this is what has happened in Guinea. In our past shows, we've been talking to you about the last presidential election in Guinea. A lot of people died. A lot of people protested in the streets. And we're telling you that Alpha Condé just pushed himself upon the people. He was not elected democratically, but he forced himself onto the people because he thought he had military support. He sent the military onto the streets to kill the people so that he can run for a third term. A lot of his international partners tried to dissuade him from running for a third term, but that was to no avail. He thought he had the power, so he decided to run again and win, even though he did not win. But Mamadi Doumbouya is a new strongman. He has just taken him out. You would think that dictators learn, but it's interesting that dictators don't learn, because there's a video we can show you of Alpha Condé making fun of Paul Biya of Cameroon. He's explaining why are there no coup d'etats in Cameroon. It's because Paul Biya learned from the first coup d'etat that happened to him in 1983. So now he decides now to make sure that people cannot organize a coup. He treats the military nice. He makes sure that his tribes people are the ones controlling the military. The armory is controlled by low-level officers who belong to his Bulu tribe. So he controls everything about the military. And that's why it's difficult to organize a coup d'etat against him. In addition, he hires mercenaries from Israel to protect him. He spends a lot of money on that. Then he creates an army inside an army. You think that Alpha Condé has learned from Paul Biya. He has not. Because this week, we understand that one of the reasons, the immediate cause of the coup d'etat was because he increased salaries for his cronies and himself, and he did not increase the salary for the security forces. So they were really angry, and they said to themselves, this guy thinks he owns the country, what about us? So they decided to take steps to prevent him from enacting the new rules that he wanted to use to make himself richer. And that's why they staged this coup d'etat. They just picked him up like a rat. He thought he was untouchable, but they grabbed him. When you see the pictures, we have so many videos of Alpha Condé. He looks like a baby. You can even watch the soldiers asking him in French, when we pick you up, we've not touched you. We've not done anything wrong to you, isn't it? He just looks sheepish. He could not even answer. And you look at him dressed shabbily. This is the guy who thought he was a demigod. So this is a lesson to other dictators. Your time is coming. Watch out. Your time is coming. So Alpha Condé has learned a very bitter lesson. We thought that when IBK learned a few lessons before, people learn from the example of Mali. But it looks like most of the time people don't learn. Like a lot of these leaders don't learn. We have a mirror for magistrates, which I studied in literature, which helps you to look at history and you learn from history. But most of these leaders sadly don't really learn from history. they continue making the same mistakes, just like drunkards. They drink so much that they can't really remember what happened yesterday. But they are paying the price. That's what happens when this happens. So today, Mamadi Doumbouya is the new strongman of Guinea. And when you look at it, he was a special forces officer. Then you look at him, he has a French wife. So we'll show you pictures of Mamadi Doumbouya with his family, a French wife and a few kids. This connection makes us ask, do you find any hands of the French in this coup d'etat? That's a question that most of you have to start asking. Did France organize the overthrow of Alpha Condé? So that's something we need to find out, because we're going to get more information in the future. We've looked at the career of this young officer, Lieutenant Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya. We understand he was posted to a neighboring town in Sierra Leone. From there, he planned the coup d'etat and came and hatched everything and threw out his boss. So he's a very strong guy. So, but you can see the people jubilating. Anytime there's a coup d'etat in Africa, people are always surprised that the people are jubilating. The people are jubilating because for a short time, they feel like, okay, our oppressor is gone. So we are free now to breathe. Even though the soldiers will come now and become new oppressors, but for a short while, they feel a sense of relief. So when I look at this, it reminds me of comic relief in literature. A brief interlude where you can just have some comedy and rest. You see so many pictures of these guys in the street dancing because Alpha Condé has been overthrown. And you need to see Alpha Condé looking really haggard and dirty. But that's what happens when you have a coup d'etat.
So I can get my taxes done. You know I'm trying to buy a new house. What's up?
Let's get it on. If you're searching for a house, call up my man Prince Ojong, the best in real estate. Take it from your guy's shape. When I say his services are the best in the states where it's born, he even take care of your tax forms, back refunds. So come, get your business done. Consultations, financial organization, fast processing, no waiting. This man is amazing. The Prince.
Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131.
Now we'll go to Mali. Mali had their coup d'etat. Assimi Goïta is still there. So the people are really surprised that the soldiers in Mali are not in a rush to give up power. Why should they? They work very hard to gain power. Why do you want them to give it easily? So it's naive to expect them to give power easily. They're not going to give power easily, okay? So it looks like the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, is planning to return to Mali to negotiate so that the military junta should give a timetable when they would step down. But it looks like the military junta is not ready to step down. They're just playing games, playing for time. And they'll continue playing for time until they are happy with what they are doing. Okay? So we just laugh at the drama that is unfolding in Mali. And Goodluck Jonathan is representing President Buhari. So he is the leader of ECOWAS, the Organization of West African States. So from Mali now, we'll go to Nigeria. Nigeria, we have a whole lot of stories breaking in Nigeria, and we'd like to share them with you. But to begin, news hit us hard. You guys know we always talk about Omoyele Sowore, who is also a popular journalist from Nigeria. He's been the chairman of Sahara TV, a very popular TV network, a good internet pioneer. We respect them a lot. We've been covering Omoyele Sowore on this show many, many times, and we always get stories from his channel and we share them with you. Today, news also hit us that his junior brother, a student of pharmacy, has been shot and killed by bandits. So this is very, very sad news, and we know this hit him very, very hard. We want to tell him that as fellow Africans, we feel for him, we're sorry about his loss, and we wish him well, and we wish his family well, because this is what insecurity does. So it hits home. And I know as an activist, he's going to use this bad news, he's going to turn it into something positive. So we've told you before that Mr. Buhari keeps parading pictures of soldiers killing terrorists. Who are you calling terrorists? Who is a terrorist? The people he calls terrorists, he calls bandits, these are just words. In literature, they are meaningless words. The words are just noise. So Mr. Buhari is just making empty noise. If he cannot run the country, let him step down. There's so much insecurity in the country. The people he calls bandits are actually his northern clansmen. They are killing people, but he calls them armed bandits. They are terrorists. Why is he not calling them terrorists? He reserved the name terrorists for southerners like the chairman of IBOP, Nnamdi Kanu. Then he calls his own people bandits because they terrorize the people. Already, we can show you a picture. They sent a letter, and you can even see the letter also. They wrote it, I think they wrote it in a local language like Yoruba. Or you can see it. We're going to show it to you. The bandits are sending a letter to people in Ogun community. They are telling them, we're going to come for you. Make sure you keep money in your house, because if you don't keep money, we're going to kill you. So don't tell the police about this. Keep money, we're coming for you. We're coming. So when bandits are so brazen to terrorize the people, you don't want to call them bandits. You continue condoning their love for open grazing. So something must be wrong with Buhari. For real, something must be. Instead of rushing to make a romance with Paul Biya of Cameroon to arrest guys who are buying weapons from Nigeria to export them to Cameroon, why don't you concentrate on the Nigerian problem? You can't solve your own problem, you're worrying about Cameroon, when you cannot solve problem in your own home. This is a disgrace, okay? When you look at this letter, you ask yourself, why parade pictures of military successes when every day you see a catalog of people dying, losing their lives because of insecurity? We've just mentioned the example of Omoyele Sowore's brother. There are so many others, so many others. Then you have thieves writing these letters to people. But Mr. Buhari now is against free speech. You may think he's against Twitter. He's not only against Twitter. Even the pastors in Nigeria are now a target. Mr. Buhari is targeting them for speaking against his government. So where is the democracy? Where is the democracy? It is a situation like this that makes it possible for you to have coup d'etats in Africa. Because when the people realize that they cannot change the system, Mr. Buhari is forcing himself on them. He's trying to Islamize Nigeria, and the pastors in Nigeria are against his plan, so he wants to target them. He's wasting his time. They will continue protesting against him. But even Osinbajo, the vice president of Nigeria, a lady criticized him on the internet, and he started targeting the lady. The lady was fired from her job for criticizing Osinbajo. Can you believe this? So this is really sad. And when we see this, we tell you it's not really good. From here now, we move to South Africa. Finally, we understand that Jacob Zuma is out. So all is well with him. He's out of jail. Because of health reasons, they decided to get him out on parole. Then Zambia is a final story. We've talked about Zambia the last few weeks. They have a new president, Hakainde Hichilema. He is a new president. He's been running for a long time. Then finally he made it and defeated Edgar Lungu. So now he's a new president. We saw his swearing in and his acceptance speech. It was very positive. He's promising a new dawn for the people of Zambia. But we hope he will keep to this as aspiration, trying to bring good governance to his people. If he can keep to this, then we'll be very, very happy that we'll have a good leader and a new future for Africa. Thank you very much. Subscribe to our channel. Watch the videos. Share them with your friends. We thank you. We appreciate you. Please don't forget, we want to get to 20,000 subscribers by December 26th. We told you before. Make it happen. Please send your friends to subscribe. Share, share, share. Bye-bye.
Is your EMR EHR COVID-19 ready? If not, you do not know what you are missing. Why do you suffer in silence? Be smart. Turn to Alexia HTC today. Alexia HTC is the leader in virtual solution and communication technology in these times of pandemic crisis. When the unexpected happens, who are you going to call? Alexia HTC. Come and see how Alexia HTC Cloud Communications are enabling your fellow healthcare providers to consult with patients virtually and making big money. Alexia HTC also enables your employees to work remotely during the COVID-19 crisis. Are your employees safe? Do not jeopardize the health and safety of your patients and practice. What can Alexia HTC do for you? Alexia HTC is the new Colossus, the sister of physicians, who gives you back liberty, that is, the freedom to practice medicine your way. Vivacious virtual visits wherever you please. Amazing e-prescribing. Quick access to patient information. Easy access to medical records from other providers. Rapid drug allergy checks. Integrated lab tests and results. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled doctors yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your greedy corporations. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed physicians, to me. I give them the refuge. The happy home of Alexia HTC. Act now. Browse alexiahtc.com or call 240-350-1131.
Medical practice software is too old. Indeed, all the programs are built on MUMPS, technology of the 1950s, and the programs cost too much money. Epic and Cerner cost billions of dollars. Meditech costs thousands of dollars too. In fact, that's why we created AlexiaHTC.com, a new and free EMR/EHR for doctors. AlexiaHTC.com is built for HIPAA. Yes, magical one-screen technology, ease of use, quick charting, amazing e-prescribing, tight labs integration, multi-office difference, because we believe doctors and patients need a break today. Be the first to test drive AlexiaHTC.com. You have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. Act now. Call 240-350-1131. Alexia Care Corporation at AlexiaHTC.com.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.